Hi students, this is Ajanta ma'am. I'm back with another video. Please subscribe my channel, hit the like button as well as the bell icon for a transformative journey. Today I shall be speaking about Act 3 Scene 1 of Macbeth, and I shall be discussing some of the literary devices that are used in Act 3 Scene 1 of Macbeth. Please go back to my videos for a complete and an in-depth analysis into your Macbeth. Now, when Banquo is speaking to himself and he says that if there come truth from the weird sisters, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. So, he is thinking about the weird sisters. If there come truth from as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Here he is using a metaphor. Now, why is he using a metaphor? He is using a metaphor to compare the weird sisters' speeches to Macbeth. Most importantly, that the fact that he has become the king to a light that seems to shine on him, that same light may shine on him too. When Lady Macbeth is talking about Banquo, and she tells Macbeth that if he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast. What is she doing here? She employs a simile. She compares Banquo's potential absence to a physical gap. Now, what do I mean by this? That if Banquo is not present in the banquet, then it would be felt by everybody and it would be quite noticeable. It is then that Banquo tells Macbeth, "Let your highness command upon me, to which my duties are with most indissoluble tie forever knit." In Act 3, Scene 1, around lines 17 to 20, Banquo says these lines. Here he is using a metaphor to compare the strength of his loyalty to Macbeth. And he says that this bind that he has, this loyalty that he feels towards Macbeth, cannot be weakened or destroyed, even if he is not present for the banquet. The tie is too deep, the relationship is too deep for it to be destroyed. Then comes the most important soliloquy of Macbeth when he says, "Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared." Somewhat around 53-55 lines. Here, Banquo is here Macbeth is personifying the qualities that Banquo possesses. And these qualities Banquo possesses makes him very, very concerned. It concerns him deeply because Banquo has that royalty of nature, and he fears this royalty of nature. And later in his speech he says, that same soliloquy, Macbeth says, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings, around 75 to 76. Here Macbeth is not referring to actual seeds, but he is substituting seeds, the word seeds, for children, for Banquo's children. And this is called a metonymy, metonymy, metonymy. When a metonymy is when you substitute something associated with a thing and you mean for that thing. Here seeds are not actual seeds, but the seeds of Banquo, meaning his children, who were predicted by the witches that it will be Banquo's children who will be the rulers after Macbeth. It is then when, speaking to the murderers, Macbeth asks, "Are you so gospelled to pray for this good man and for his issue?" Here issue means the same thing, seeds or children who are going to rule, Banquo's children who are going to rule, whose heavy hand had bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever. Lines 98 to 101. Now in this speech of soliloquy of Macbeth, in this part, Macbeth uses the part that I just read, "Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand had bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?" Here he is using a hyperbole or an exaggeration. Now why is he using an exaggeration? Here Macbeth uses an exaggeration to suggest that Banquo is responsible for the terrible misfortune that has befallen these murderers or these men and their posterity forever. So Macbeth again uses simile in lines 57 when he says, "My genius is rebuked. It is said, Mark Antony was by Caesar." He uses several metaphors like, "Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my gripe," meaning he has no heirs. Barren scepter. Macbeth also uses something called a synedoche, synedoche, meaning when he says, "Then to be wrenched with an unlineal hand," the hand represents his body and the descendants he is going to bear. Macbeth uses, as I said, several metaphors. He says, "The vessel of my peace and mine eternal jewel." Jewel meaning his soul. He employs another simile in the line, "I in the catalogue, yea, go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels and curs, etc." That is also a simile. When he is trying to say that men come under the general human beings, but there are many kinds of men. So he uses a lot of literary devices in Act 3, Scene 1. Thank you for watching.